It's me. You know how like somebody you angry at a kid? I'm a fighter. If I touch you in any kind of way, like as far as I'm gonna hurt you. So it wasn't that. It was just me removing her from that situation. That
you know, sometimes when emotions are high, people can misunderstand your actions. I'm a fighter by nature. If I move or react, it comes with power. But this wasn't about violence. I was simply trying to remove her from a situation that could have gotten worse. What happened was taken out of context, and people only saw what they wanted to see.
Is there any like positive, reassuring things that maybe you can, in a situation of a fighter who's, the whole world's against them at the moment, and kind of
just stay prayed up, talk to God, you know what I mean, and keep the faith. That's all that counts, and God will see you through.
Awesome, appreciate it.
Yeah.
In a statement shared online, Gervonta Tank Davis addressed the controversy head-on. He said that there's now a disturbing pattern among some of his former partners who try to use legal drama as leverage for money, usually right before his major fights. It's all false, Tank stated. My team and I are working to resolve everything before my fight in 2 weeks. The event is still on, and I just want my privacy respected right now.
Mad, and once I seen her, I grabbed her by her neck. I just told, I grabbed her like I should, like you gotta get out of here, type thing. Like, and I probably was wrong for doing that. I was wrong for doing that, but it was so much of it, not me trying to hit her.
Meanwhile, Tank's longtime coach Calvin Ford told USA Today that Davis is in good spirits despite the storm. He's fine, everything's good. We're just trying to understand what's really going on, Ford said. Jake Paul's camp also broke silence, confirming that they're reviewing the situation. Most valuable promotions. Paul's company issued a formal press release saying they had begun a full internal review. We condemn any form of violence, the statement read, and will handle this matter with diligence and respect for everyone involved. Court documents obtained on October 30th show that Davis's ex-girlfriend Courtney Roselle filed a civil lawsuit in Miami-Dade County. She's accusing the boxer of multiple offenses from assault and false imprisonment to emotional distress. According to her claims, the incident happened inside a nightclub called Tootsie's, where she worked as a VIP cocktail server. Roselle alleges that Davis entered the club around 4:15 a.m. and physically assaulted her before dragging her toward the parking area.
Gervonta Tank Davis did something awful again, and no, it wasn't scheduling another fight with Jake Paul. He beat a woman. Again. And once again, I'm not talking about Jake Paul. If you know Tank Davis, you know he has a lot of run-ins with the law. But this is actually a civil suit over a certain criminal case that was dropped earlier.
The filing also references earlier events. Roselle claims that on September 2nd, Davis allegedly threatened her for not responding to his calls, and again on September 23rd, after accusing her of cheating, he allegedly sent a message saying, "I'll kill you," before physically confronting her at a Miami restaurant. She further alleges that hours after the October 27th incident, he messaged, "I'm on my way to your house." Roselle says she's now suffering from post-traumatic stress and is receiving medical and psychological care.
Movies and dressing up while watching scary movies. And lo and behold, breaking news. I just saw this here thanks to my agent Neville, who sent me this. Chris Mannix, love you, boy. That was my brother. He posted that Jake Paul is...
As ESPN reported, both camps have gone completely silent about the fight's current status. For fans, it feels like deja vu, another major Gervonta Davis matchup surrounded by courtroom chaos. The boxing community now waits to see whether the bout can still move forward or if this legal storm will derail the event entirely.
Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. This looks really bad for him. While all the details aren't out, we know the details from the original case, which was basically a shut case with a lot of evidence that he did it. That, along with his prior incidents, innocent until proven guilty, but yeah. You know, if you do something.
Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix later revealed that Jake Paul's team is already preparing a backup plan. According to his sources, MVP is quietly searching for a new opponent for the November 14th card. The situation stands in stark contrast to Davis's recent comments about being mentally stronger than ever. If proven true, these charges could bring serious professional and personal consequences for Tank, potentially jeopardizing the...
But from my understanding, as a civil suit, it probably could turn into worse. A woman who is a waitress at a club. So I don't know all the details. You guys to check the details, but
with Gervonta Davis's legal troubles casting a shadow over the anticipated Paul matchup, reports quickly surfaced about possible replacement fighters. One of the first names to emerge was Ryan Garcia. Fans remember that Garcia and the Paul brothers have had their share of social media jabs, and many believe this could be the perfect crossover fight. However, it's not clear yet if Garcia or his team are open to such an offer.
People are going to believe you did it the 7th. So why is this coming up again? Well, now we talk about Jake Paul. There were a lot of theories that the reason the original charges got dropped, despite it being pretty clear that he was going to get convicted, was he convinced her to stop pressing charges so that he can actually schedule this Jake Paul fight. Because it was announced the day after the...
Oscar de la Hoya. Garcia's promoter soon stepped in to clarify. This is business, he said. Ryan has a contract with Golden Boy and we have a deal with DAZN. That's how the system works. De La Hoya added that crossover fights involving Netflix or other streaming partners just aren't possible under those terms. He also hinted that news regarding Garcia's next official bout will be coming soon to keep fans excited.
What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. So I wake up to calls from reporters asking me about Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia. Let me just tell you why this fight is not going to happen. Ryan Garcia fights for DAZN, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is. I mean, this is business. You know, right?
Behind the scenes, boxing insiders say that talks are heating up for a potential Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios matchup for the WBC welterweight title early in 2026. Ring Magazine sources confirm that both Golden Boy Promotions and Premier Boxing Champions have already started exchanging contracts. Meanwhile, MVP reiterated that they're still gathering information about the Davis case and will make a well-informed decision once their internal review is complete.
Probably going to rant saying, oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting. No, you have to go by the law, by the rules. You have a contract with DAZN. You have a contract with Golden Boy. It just doesn't happen that way. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you Saturday for Virgil Ortiz. But again, Ryan Garcia's next fight will be announced by me, who he's fighting, and when he's fighting next.
If the Garcia deal doesn't materialize, another bold option could be Anthony Joshua. Earlier this year, Jake Paul even mentioned the British heavyweight in a call-out video. However, recent reports suggest Joshua is already in discussions for a separate bout against Gerald Miller, possibly in Ghana. For Davis, these legal setbacks are nothing new. He has faced multiple accusations of battery and domestic violence over the past few years, including one just 2 months ago.
All right, what was your take on the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight? What was your opinion on that?
It was all right, you know. It's kind of like what it was. Mr. Fake. You know.
If Jake Paul calls you for early next year, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, let's run that.
Police records indicate that Davis's prior ex-partner once filed a complaint after a heated argument over personal matters. According to the report, Davis arrived at her home in Doral, Florida on June 15th to pick up his children. The situation escalated, and she alleged that he struck her on the back of the head and slapped her during the dispute. She managed to get the kids out of the car and away from the scene before calling for help.
You have a contract with Golden Boy. It just doesn't happen that way. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you Saturday for Virgil Ortiz. But again, Ryan Garcia's next fight will be announced by me, who he's fighting, and when he's fighting next. See you.
The woman later sought treatment at a nearby hospital where medical staff documented her injuries. Police noted in their report that there had been roughly 10 prior altercations between the pair that were never formally recorded. Davis was arrested in Miami Beach and held on a $10,000 bond before being released. His court date was scheduled for July 29th. Over the years, the WBA champion has also faced charges related to traffic incidents and other minor legal disputes.
Nigga, where Derek at? I don't know.
He don't like
Speak up, sir. Frank.
What that mean?
I don't like Florence, motherfucker.
No, you don't.
Another high-profile arrest took place in December 2022 after Davis allegedly hit a woman with what police described as a closed-hand slap. Those charges were later dropped, but the controversy lingered. Around that same period, Davis was expected to fight Lamont Roach Jr. in a rematch following their close majority draw in March, a fight that still hasn't been officially announced.
Floyd, I was doing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
According to the incident report, Davis allegedly struck the woman on the back of her head before slapping her across the face, leaving a small cut on her lip. In distress, the victim texted her mother, who rushed outside and recorded a portion of the confrontation on her phone. That footage later became part of the case evidence reviewed by investigators.
Gervonta Davis, jump into it, kind of, I wouldn't say it's a big shock to a lot of us, but, there's this mindset, the fight with Lamont's not signed yet. Apparently he's going to fight Jake Paul.
Police affidavits also mentioned that the video showed Davis throwing a small box toward the victim before leaving the scene. She later went to Baptist Health Hospital for treatment, where officers collected her statement. A probable cause alert was entered into state and national databases, instructing law enforcement to detain Davis if found.
Bernard, a lot to talk about. Let's jump into it real quick. I'm sure you saw the news about Gervonta Davis being arrested once again. Just give me your thoughts,
Unfortunately, man, I hope he come out, everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, he get that straightened out. And
just after midnight the next day, officers located and arrested the boxer in Miami Beach. He was transported to the Doral Police Department, where he declined to sign his Miranda waiver. This became his second domestic violence arrest in Florida. Records show that Davis has had previous run-ins with law enforcement, including a 2019 case in Virginia involving a reported altercation at an ATM. That charge was later dismissed.
For battery, domestic violence. Put your hands behind your back. You got handcuffs?
Please subscribe my YouTube channel for more unique videos.